Have you ever done something on a daily basis and just had the typical people you always saw? Just if you go to the store, you always see these certain people, or if you go to work, you always see these certain people. Well, one day, the person I used to see on my bike rides was no longer there. He was always running, always going on these long runs, and then suddenly he wasn't there one day, and I didn't know why. And then I found out it was because he had PMR. So this is my friend. He has PMR.
Hi there.
He was suffering. He had to take prednisone, high doses to get his PMR under control so he wasn't in so much pain. And so, what was that like just when you first had to be diagnosed and being in
Oh,
pain?
PMR was terrible. I could barely walk, let alone run. In fact, I couldn't get out of bed by myself. It was so bad.
Wow. Like, that made prednisone worth it. That's my thing is I always want people to only take prednisone if it's worth it. So it was worth it for him, but there's so many side effects if you're going to especially be on it so many years that many people are with PMR. So what were you worried about when you were prescribed prednisone?
Well, like everyone, I've heard about the side effects of prednisone, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get a big moon face. I'm going to gain a lot of weight. I won't be able to sleep at night. Things like that. And that's what I'd heard.
So he approached me. He said, "Hey, I have to take prednisone. Is there anything you can do to help me?" And I said, "Yes, actually, I invented this supplement called Nutranize Zone." So what has been your experience taking Nutranize Zone?
The Nutranize Zone has really helped a lot. Of course, I've been on prednisone coming up on 2 years now, and I'm down currently to 4 milligrams. And I've always split my dose, and I attribute my success in sleeping at night to the Nutranize. Plus, when I've had my labs done, I've never had an abnormal reading come back, and I think that has a lot to do with the Nutranize also.
Awesome. So sleeping better and normal labs. So what about your bones? Have you had any problems with your bones?
Not that I know of. Nothing shows up in the tests, and I haven't had any problems. I'm back running. I still run 50 to 60 miles a week. Uh, no problems at all.
50 to 60 miles a week while on prednisone. Isn't that amazing? This guy, he is a super athlete, even though he has to take prednisone, even though he has PMR. And so if you want to feel better like he does, then you need to get Nutranize Zone, and it'll help you to feel like yourself again, to get back to doing what you used to do, just like he did. Any last words for us?
No, fellow PMR sufferers and prednisone users, hang in there. It all works out if you just keep at it.
Yes, and take he's currently doing the dead slow taper. That's his advice for how to finally get off the prednisone because those side effects of tapering.
Yeah, but you can see my face is back to normal. I've lost all but 3 of the pounds that I originally gained. So if you just hang in there and keep tapering slowly, it works.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing how it really feels to be on prednisone for PMR and take Nutranize along with it. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist. What just came in the mail? At Amazon. So I discovered that there is one condition that uses prednisone more than any other, and that prednisone is the only treatment that works for it, and it is polymyalgiarheumatica. And so I decided I should probably learn all about this condition called PMR, and then its sister condition, giant cell arteritis. There's my baby. I literally never heard of these in pharmacy school ever. Like they didn't teach about this condition at all. And so, and it's also not FDA approved for PMR. Prednisone is not FDA approved for PMR. And so I had no idea that this condition existed, that it was a reason people take prednisone. Like, how would I know? Nobody taught me about it in school. And it's not FDA approved. But the people who have PMR have to take prednisone for higher doses and for longer periods of time than any other condition that I'm aware of, and that there's really no other option. As far as I know, pretty much every other condition out there might be an alternative treatment, where it might be surgery, it might be like a kidney transplant, it might be methotrexate or hydroxychloroquine, or like an injectable or something. Like there's usually some other option for most other conditions that people take prednisone for. But as far as I'm aware, there is nothing else when it comes to PMR. So I am excited to learn all about it. And for those of you who have PMR, let me know below what recommendations you have for good resources. I went on Amazon and this was the top ranking book, but if there are other resources that you know of that I should learn more about PMR with, I did the Pharmacist CE continuing education about it. And so if there's more, I really want to know. I really want to understand this so that I can help you better too. So if you have any recommendations about other conditions that I haven't covered when it comes to taking prednisone for a condition, please let me know if you have a condition that I need to cover, and that what great resources you have for me to learn about it, so that I can then create a summary for other people of prednisone and PMR, or prednisone and polymyositis, or prednisone and nephrotic syndrome. Whatever that is, let me know and send me a link for a good book or a good podcast or a good YouTube or something, so that I can watch it, read it, listen to it, and understand it better, and then shrink that down, take that science, make it understandable so that you can know how prednisone is really helping you for your condition. All right, I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist, and I'm excited that I got this book in the mail finally so I can learn more about PMR and giant cell arteritis.